The battle for the wall has begun. Hey, how's it going? My name is jackiefishhh and welcome back to another custom map battle on Total War Warhammer 2. Today we are back with an awesome looking Game of Thrones inspired map. This is the wall. We also have Castle Black around the back of the wall itself, again looking really interesting, and it should be an exciting kind of fortress battle as we have a gate where the undead can smash forward, but not only that, they can also actually climb up on the wall itself. So we're going to see units actually climbing on top of the wall and we're having a fight on top of it. And it should just be really exciting to see this huge clash. We even have artillery pieces up here. And I think this is a map I'm definitely going to have to take into the laboratory and see what I can do with it. Having, you know, maybe 40,000 zombies pouring against the wall itself and us trying to defend as best as we can. I think we're going to have to definitely try and give that a go. So make sure to go ahead and drop a like on this video if you want to see me take this map into the laboratory. If we hit like 200 and let's say 250 likes, then I'll take this map into the laboratory and see what I can make of it. With a ton of zombies, we'll defend the fortress and try our best to keep them at bay. But yeah, massive thank you for Blue Lotus for creating this map. It's really awesome. I love even the detail he's gone ahead and stuck up here, making these actually like workable walls and having soldiers being able to mount the battlements. It's really cool, definitely. And even having to have artillery on the walls itself as well is very cool. And obviously thank you to everyone who played in this battle to send that in. I really do appreciate it. So the armies, we do have 6,000 attackers, and they're obviously going to be raising many more soldiers to their aid, as you know, as best as they can, raising dead wherever they can. Then we also have 3,000 defenders who will be trying to hold the battlements as best as they can, as we do actually have one of the gates being smashed down. So I'm not going to bother really running through army comps too much. You guys have already seen all the units. I just want to get straight into this battle and see it unfold. So the artillery is going to be flying overhead, and I think if we ever do this in the laboratory, we're going to have to litter the walls with artillery pieces and just hammer the undead as they come close. So you can see these guys shooting out their rocks. It's a pretty, you know, gnarly projectile they have there coming all the way down. Explosive rounds coming. I mean, I just like to think that they do have maybe, you know, like cannons in, not cannons, but trebuchets actually in the wall itself or something. Because in the TV show, when the wildlings attacked in the first place, there's some pretty crazy mechanical machines in the wall, which obviously weren't there in the books. But I guess it makes the TV show look a lot more exciting. I mean, like a massive 100-foot wall I think would be enough to scare off a majority of the opponents. So the undead, the vanguard units are already climbing their way up. They're going to make their way pretty much above the fortress pretty quickly before the rest of the main army has really committed. It does look like the main zombie horde has been the first ones going on. We also have, but it looks a bit, a magic spell going off, ripping through this unit of skellies as they make their way up. And again, it's just really, once the numbers start get going, once the gate gets smashed down and Castle Black gets over. Oh, it's actually a double gate. That's really cool. I like the way that Lotus has done that. There's actually two gates. There's one here, and then obviously there's one on the other side of the wall. That's really awesome. I like that a lot. It would have been actually maybe cool if there was actually a unit in waiting, ready to stop the undead as they smash through that first gate. But if we go back to Castle Black, we can see that we have some pretty brave soldiers ready to stop them. We have some spear sergeants from Bretonnia here, ready to keep the next gate at bay. And we also obviously have these white wolves. The men of Kislev have come northwards to prevent these enemy soldiers from coming. They're actually missing their heads right now. I'm not really sure where their helmets are. But, you know, maybe that's their strength in battle, is just not having helmets. And we have a lot of other really brave units back here. You know, Castle Black is going to be heavily defended. It's the wall which I worry about, if the wall is going to get overwhelmed or not, because the undead are very much making their way very close. I think they're very almost over the wall itself. And then what do we have? Some archers. We haven't really been shooting too much, and these archers are going to be getting cut down. It does look like more and more soldiers are being committed from elsewhere on the wall to try and help out, you know, because they're going to be overwhelming this very soon. They actually already have taken one of the gates as well. So it does look like these Reichsguard are trying to make their way across the wall itself to be kind of a force ready to stop them as the enemy do come across the gates of the wall, or the battlements of the wall, I should say. And you can just look at this, look at that, yeah, you can see them, the undead have now arrived, the Black Grail Knights are across. You can see their banner slowly being approached, and here we go, the battle for the wall has now begun. Hold firm, men of the Night's Watch. You are the bastions in the darkness. You must hold this line. That looks so cool. Just seeing them fight above it, but there's plenty more where that came from, that is for sure. Look at the wall. It's completely covered in undead. If we just take a nice little screenshot right there. That looks insane. That looks so cool, just seeing the undead slowly climb their way up on top of the wall. I mean, that is pretty insane. But it's going to be such a fight, that is for sure. Such a fight indeed. I wonder if you can actually break down any of this wall as well with like artillery fire or something. That would be pretty cool to try and actually find out if that was possible. But there are so many of them right now, and performance has actually been pretty good considering we have quite a lot of soldiers. Normally, like the average battle has like kind of struggled since the laboratory patch. However, the latest drivers for Nvidia, apparently I was reading, really help out performance. So if you haven't downloaded them yet, make sure to go and download them. As I heard, they really do help out performance. So make sure to do that. And it does look like that the gates themselves have been smashed down now. Yeah, the undead are pouring forward. Look at the zombie horde just making their way through the wall itself. We've got people climbing up the wall. The artillery is still trying to fire for effect, but I fear that it is struggling very much. How is the fight at the actual gate itself? I mean, the White Wolves are holding them at bay. The Crypt Horrors have pushed in with the Vargolf, and they are sending men flying, but I imagine these Spearmen are going to be anti-large, so they're going to be able to hold their own somewhat. However, more Crypt Horrors that pour in. Obviously, there are plenty more undead. Oh, there's actually a unit in there as well. Can we? Oh, we can't get in there. That's so sad. I wonder how they got in there. Is there like a passageway maybe? Oh, that's really annoying. I want to try and get in there. Can we like... Oh yeah, we can get in there. Nice, that's awesome. Okay, if I use the insert key, it works. I wonder how this unit of Bretonnian Greysword Knights managed to get in there. The Black Coach is in here as well, trying to fight its way forward, but we have to be so careful with the way we do it. And also all the Skeleton Knights as well are smashing their way forward. Okay, let's go and see how the fight for the wall itself is going. As I am here, you can just see the undead pouring off. I wonder if you can raise any undead on the walls themselves. I doubt it, but that would be kind of cool, just seeing undead being pulled across, as the skellies do just run across the wall itself. However, there's a lot of heavy knights up here. I kind of fear for the far left-hand side more than anything else, because the far left-hand side is going to be up against, you know, these elite-looking Black Grail Knights. They are looking like they're being kept at bay, but the skeletons are just constantly pouring over, and it's positions like this where these Bretonnian archers do go down and get killed. That's when the real trouble is going to begin. Because once these units start dying, then the skeletons can kind of come round, surround these guys. We do have a damsel up here though. She's going to be helping out, keeping some nice little earthbloods out, and also the archers are also helping out. We actually have some of the skeletons. I wonder if is this like a pathway down here? Can you travel from here down to the bottom wall? I think you can. I think these units are going to like teleport down. Yeah, that's so... Oh wow, Lotus, you have outdone yourself once again. That is so cool. Are they going to make their way down? I like that a lot, the way that you've used the bridge. I guess it takes them a little while to make their way. Yeah, there you go. That's really cool. I dig that a lot, Lotus. I love the attention to detail you always put in your maps with stuff like that. Just kind of, that's really kind of minute details which you don't have to do. You could have easily have just done something really, you know, really obvious but worked. And I love the way that you kind of created that lift. That's awesome, dude. So we do have the Skeleton Knights actually breaking through the gate, and this is going to be a really good shock unit to actually achieve that. They are going to be meeting some more of the Bretonnian men-at-arms. The Black Coach is still running amok. How healthy is that Black Coach as well? Extremely healthy, barely taking any damage in this battle. And you can see the balance of power is like so even right now. No side is really edging closer to victory. And you can just see more and more of the soldiers. The last little vanguard, there's still a lot of skeletons left to go. You can see the dismounted Dragon Knights being pushed up with this Vampire Lord. That looks extremely cool. Some more of the undead pushing up, and I love their scythe swords as well. I imagine these guys are going to be going through the gate itself. We also have another little push up here of just some basic dismounted Death Riders. I think more men on the wall itself need to be thrown, because it does look like that the Empire and the Bretonnian forces have managed to kind of keep the undead at bay on the wall itself. However, Castle Black is looking kind of dire.
Emperor's mercy on us all!
The skeletons have managed to surround the unit of Reichsguard. Is unit right there? Foot Reichsguard right here. The crossbowmen don't stand a chance. But Reichsguard have, you know, thick armor. They'll be able to hold their own. I'm disappointed of how the Black Grail Knights have done here. This unit of heroic dismounted knights just slaughtered them, cut them to pieces. The Crypt Ghouls as well, surrounding as best as they can with the skeletons. I mean, they're doing a good job at kind of surrounding these guys. It just seems like the quality of the Empire on this part of the wall is really good. However, we might have to see all of these guys running to that lift as fast as they can. Because if the fortress falls, if Castle Black falls, that really does, you know, pin them in a place. They'll be stuck in the middle. But as well as that, they could be coming up from both sides. Yeah, they could be coming out from both sides, because if they smash the garrison here, they can then make their way around and then push up the actual lift itself. Oh, this is something I didn't even notice. There's actually another gatehouse right here. I didn't even see that. That's really cool. You could even stick soldiers on top of the gatehouse. So once they finally smash through this garrison, they have to then make their way along here. I also really love the attention to detail, like right here. This looks like stuff from the TV show, you know, with these kind of barricades above. This is just an awesome map. We do have a small little kind of reinforcement army. The riders, the heroic knights, as well as the demigryphs are going to be arriving into the battle at some point in the future. However, for now, they must hold and wait. They can obviously make their way through this gate. I just love all the differences, like, in approach that the enemy can take. I think that's a really nice addition. Just that there's like so many gates everywhere. If the enemy do choose to smash down the gate and go the long way around, they definitely can. There was also a zombie dragon. Yeah, here we go. The zombie dragon staying true to the TV show. We obviously have Manfred on his dragon itself. Unfortunately, oh, actually, this is Warhammer 2, so it does breathe out fire. Yeah, I don't think it will be ice fire, but it will shoot out flames from its mouth. That's really cool. Obviously, we're in Warhammer 2. And you can raise dead on the wall. I did not know that. I was wondering, because I guess this part isn't actually technically wall. This is part of the wall right here. Yeah, but this is just a bit of like normal terrain as the dragon does approach. Go on, Manfred, give us a fire breath, please. I think he's going to be going just descending upon some of the knights, but I would love a nice little fire breath. He's just casting maybe, and oh, I say, guys, that's some magic missiles right there. Coming in, doesn't really find its target. It probably hits more of his own men than anything else. The dragon is approaching. Got to imagine being these soldiers on the wall. Just seeing the zombie dragon flying across. That'd be pretty deadly. As he does teleport through the wall itself. He'll come back up, but I think it's because that allows me to put my camera there. So I think the reason I can go underneath here and why you do zoom in, like you do go like really far down, is so that I can actually get my camera in the gate itself. As more and more of them are pushing forward. There's a few actually brave Bretonnian knights still left remaining, but barely, literally barely. Not many of them left whatsoever. Black Coats just ran through these archers. The gate closes behind them. I guess they came out to try and support, but then immediately the gate closes. That is not good news for the forces of Bretonnia. However, the White Wolves and the men-at-arms will hold their line for as long as possible. They do have some pretty, you know, some knights have now come in as well, which is going to be great. These guys, these heroic knights are deadly on the charge. And we're going to be seeing, I guess, more knights coming. Yeah, more of the knights are just kind of committed to this fight, and some have actually come round and engaged in the main one. Yeah, all the heroic knights have clashed in. Where I think the demigryphs have actually gone round and they've gone into the final kind of standover. The demigryphs are here as well, so they aren't going to be giving up Castle Black easily. A lot of the zombies are still just roaming around. This Vargolf as well has been alive for so long, since the beginning of the battle itself. He has been here causing a nuisance for the forces of the Empire and Bretonnia. The Night's Watch are struggling. Oh, nice little lightning bolt right there on top of the Vargolf as well. Balance of power is still extremely even. Extremely even. Manfred is still here. Hopefully he did cast some nasty little spells. And if he just descends upon like these units of heroic knights, they're going to get melted. It does look like the skeletons have managed to claim victory over on this right hand side. Completely surrounded this Empire general. So Alistair Thorne right now, we could say this is being surrounded and cut down. These poor crossbowmen do not stand a chance. And we also have a few. Oh, we have actually a unit of the Immortals over here. These guys are really, really tanky. Yeah, they're not going to go down without a fight. That is for sure. I don't know where the rest of their crew is. The rest of their crew is just waiting here, right around the corner to spook them whenever they want to. Is the dragon going to come to the main engagement now? Yeah, it does look like the dragon is going to be focusing on Castle Black itself, leaving the wall. It kind of feels like the wall does have it. Maybe to cast some pretty good magic spells, you know, a nice invocation right here would do great amounts of damage. And I mean, just look at the skeletons pouring in. There's just so many of them. 3,000 of the undead still left remaining on the field, and there obviously plenty more to come. We do have, what, almost 7,000? So we've had about 800 undead being risen from the dead. Over 1,600 Empire soldiers, though, still live to fight another day. And whilst we're meant to defend this fortress, it will not fall. It will not go down. Yeah, there we go. Invocation in the heck. This is going to really push up the HP, keep them alive. There's a black coach banging down the gate. Yeah, the black coach is banging down the gate. However, I can't imagine this thing is going to be doing lots of damage to it. Probably going to be taking it down very, very slowly. And we're just going to have the demigryphs. Oh, this is really good news. Because the demigryphs, if they do focus this thing down, will slaughter it. Because there's no way for it to run. The demigryphs are anti-large. So we're going to cut down this black coach really quickly. And especially if we do have these Dragon Knights coming in, they might be able to cut their way through this. But I think the black coach's days are numbered. And still this Vargolf is still alive. The Sword of Courage going out on it. But I mean, it's only got 47 kills. But I feel like it's just tanked so much damage. The Knights of Bretonnia are still in here. Luckily the Spearmen are making their way up. The spooky, scary skeletons are pushing around the flanks. If they can again just get the kind of a flank on these Knights, they should go down. And you just really need Manfred up here. But you also maybe need all the forces on the wall itself just to finish up their battle. But I mean, there's still plenty of good heroic Knights left on the field. This Empire Commander, Alistair Thorne, has just got out of here and he's used the lift to get down and escape, make his way back to the last stand of Castle Black. But it does look like that. Is there anything else coming up? There's barely anything else making its way on top of the wall. So it does look like the Empire have actually held. I was really surprised when we last looked at the Empire on the wall and the Bretonnian forces on the wall. It really looked like the skeletons were going to overwhelm the defenders, but I guess not. I mean, there are still a few, brave units up here. The demigryphs on the wall. I'd love to see them trying to get off the lift. But I mean, I guess the demigryphs are extremely well trained and they'll do what you tell them to do. There's like a couple grave guards still up here. So the demigryphs should be able to finish these guys off. But again, these guys are armor piercing, so they're more anti-infantry than anything else, and they don't really have a spear. So let's go back to the main fight, Castle Black. So I'm really surprised that I honestly thought they would be getting smashed on that wall, like it'd be an easy fight for the undead, but it looks like they committed the majority of their elite units over here. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of the wall troops coming back down onto the final gate. Is the gate smashed down or is it just open because some soldiers are moving through it? Yeah, the gate is still closed. That's going to be cool. So Vargolf still sending people flying left, right, and center. But the majority of the Knights are dead. Yeah, I'm really disappointed with how little these Knights did. And they probably did kill a lot of units. I'll give them that, but they definitely didn't do as well as I guess they expect. But I mean, I guess it's really hard to perform your cavalry actions when you are on when you're in literally such a close space. More raised dead coming out just to completely surround these brave Bretonnian Knights. I think these are the Ladies Chosen, I think they're called. If we take a little look. Yeah, the Ladies Chosen, completely surrounded with their spears. Zombies, vampires, and the Vargolf. Well, Manfred is saying Nagash is weak. Somehow, I do not think that. I definitely do not think that, and I cannot wait for the third game. But there we go, Manfred with his fire breath right there, shooting out on his zombie dragon. Yeah, I cannot wait for the third game, when we assumingly do get the end times, and we do get Nagash coming in. And I really hope they do an amazing story, because with the Eye of the Vortex, I imagine we will be getting a really, really interesting story. And because like in the end times, if you don't know, all the kind of pretty much everyone barrels together to defeat Nagash, because Nagash is going to destroy the world, and if you don't come together, then everyone's just going to die. So they kind of all see the greater good. And, there's still a lot of betrayal and people kind of turning up to fights and doing stuff for their own greed. But the majority of people are fighting together. which is really, really cool. And it just goes to kind of show how powerful Nagash and his forces are. And about 1 million people die. Like, so many of the legendary lords which we know and love all die. So loads of them come back to life. It's just a pretty crazy, crazy battle. So I can't wait, and I really hope they get that across, like the kind of the bounding together in the final Warhammer game. Of like everyone coming together for the greater good. Because I feel like in the Eye of the Vortex campaign, you know, when everyone starts declaring war on you, it just kind of gets really, really crappy. Because it's just like, oh yeah, you know, I've made these alliances, I've made these friends throughout the entire campaign, and now everyone's declaring war on me, great. Whereas I hope in the final game there is that real sense of the greater good. If you're not playing Nagash, and I really hope Nagash is a playable faction. I just can't wait to see how powerful he is on the campaign map. The gate has been smashed down now, and the final stand is about to commence. We have some crossbowmen bravely. Oh no, the gate is being closed. What the hell? How did it open? Well, I mean, they're going to be able to take it now, that's for sure. Only 900 defenders left. Yeah, they're going to need to get their men off the wall. They still have their demigods fighting a lot of their knights, but the rest of the soldiers are going to have to come in. Unless they're choosing to defend the wall, I mean, this would be a pretty good choke point to hold. And I think that's maybe what they're planning on doing. They've got some heroic dismounted knights ready to kill anything that comes up that lift. Yeah, I think this is probably the better plan. Bring up... Oh no, maybe they're bringing their men down? Okay, that must have been where they got their men from. So they're actually going to come up behind them? I assume that's what's going to happen. Yeah, they're going to come down here. So there's kind of a passage in the gate itself, which you can bring your way down. Yeah, that makes sense. So we have some of the Knights of the Enrico? I think that's how you pronounce it. Probably, well, definitely not how you pronounce it. But the Blood Dragons with their awesome scythe swords. Like, almost like Dothraki swords. The Vargolf is still alive. We've seen this thing since the beginning of the battle. And it's been fighting anti-large since the beginning of the battle as well. You're going to start some arrow fire coming in. I'm not sure if it's coming down from the wall itself or just back there. I guess we go, it's right here. Yeah, we have a couple brave archers still left remaining. But we also have some knights. The heroic knights have come from the wall itself. And they're going to be making their way to help make safe Castle Black. We cannot give it up. We cannot lose the fortress. So many of these vampires though. These guys are so good. The Dragon Knights are really, really strong. And more raised dead as well going off. That's what you can see right there. We're going to be getting zombies being brought in, skeleton warriors being brought up. I don't know, the balance of power is still the balance of power is starting to fall in the favour of the undead. Their numbers just seem too much, but with the undead, you know, they're really, really precarious because they can easily just mass rout if you're not careful. You know, if you end up losing your general or, you know, numbers just become too crazy, actually just being routed is not too far off the cards. It'd be amazing if this artillery could just get like 1 or 2 shots off. That'd be great. Oh, we have Leoncourt on his mount right now, fighting away Comrade von Carstein. And I love the way that Comrade von Carstein's scythes just like attack. I think that's so cool how they're just floating. Like, that's his weapons. I mean, he also has 2 swords as well. We're also going to be having a Vampire Lord coming in. Actually, a nice little bit of impact damage. As well as another Vampire Lord coming in, or a White Knight. Trying to take out Manfred. And if they can kill Manfred, that's going to be heavy damage for the morale. Are we just seeing the rest of the force? And they're still fighting up on the wall, though. I mean, they do have reinforcements. They have reinforcements coming around here? Yeah, they have a few brave units right there. Unfortunately, we can't get over. The Black Coach is still alive as well. Opening the gate. That's going to come flying in. The artillery position has been overwhelmed. There's a few heroic knights still bravely fighting. But it does not look good. It does not look good at all for the forces of good. Manfred is still roaming on us. Manfred taking Manfred's taking a little bit of damage. How many kills is he on? He's on like 50. That's not bad. Let's get back in track with the Vargolf as well, because I really want to see 78 kills. If it breaks 100, I'll be pretty impressed. But I honestly feel like it should get a lot more kills than it has, because a lot of the times, like we've just seen it on the frontier smashing away. It just doesn't seem like it's really kind of committed as best as it can. A lot of these heroic knights are routing. There are still a few brave men left remaining, but I mean, what is going to be standing? So the battle still has 4 minutes left, apparently. I guess it's just these brave immortals on the wall itself, so we'll triple speed it until they get up. Yeah, I guess it is going to be this final stand, the merry band of heroes. Now, the immortals are like super tanky. If you look at their HP, we can see they have 8,000 HP, whereas like the Grave Guard have like 4,000, I think. Or not only that, they also have 120 armor. They have a bunch of melee attack and melee defense. And because they're like individual characters as well, they just can be really, really tanky. So I guess we will be seeing all of these guys now pouring their way up the lift itself. You think we'd like maybe destroy the lift? Yeah, you can see all the undead pouring in. What about over here? Did anyone survive? No, it does look like all the Empire and Bretonnian forces did die there. Leoncourt did just die as well. Oh, he tried to flee! Leoncourt tried to flee to Winterfell, but got run down by the White Knight. You can see Leoncourt's dead body right here. May he rest in peace. I mean, the undead can obviously just raise him. Raise him again. I mean, the main casualties in this battle was this courtyard of Castle Black right there. So many dead. And the immortals are slowly going down. A few men are coming back, but it's going to be the last little stand. So that was an awesome battle. Massive thank you to the map maker, Blue Lotus, and obviously to my Discord for playing this. And if you guys want to be a part of these battles in the future, make sure to go ahead and join my Discord. The link will be in the description down below. Just go into there and just type into general or into the war table tab. Just say, hey guys, I want to join your battles. Can you give me the guys who play battle tags? And then me, Geneku, or my mod Sirius will go ahead and give you that. And then it'll just kind of notify you whenever these battles do go live, so that you can be a part of them. And if you want to make battles yourself, it's always a really good place to do. But there's normally like battles running every single day. That's what my Discord normally do. And it's just people, it's a good community on there, I would say for sure. And there you go, Pyrrhic victory for the forces of the undead. That was a really fun battle, and I can't wait to test this out in the laboratory to really see how it does go. So really good at kills, we can see that, yeah, again, it was these units of Dragon Knights just being really tanky, barely losing any men and getting a decent amount of kills. But Crypt Wraiths, not bad, 119, and that Vargolf as well, 81. We can see over here a lot of kills on the dismounted Death Riders. 111 is pretty impressive. And then 212 on the Dragon Knights. Pretty nice indeed. And then over here, finally, we have the Death Riders. 151 kills, which is impressive because I thought the Knights would die really quickly just due to all the spears. Looking over on Bretonnia, we have 400 kills on the Heroic Knights. God, they were definitely heroic in that battle. And then finally, the forces of the Empire, they're more to doing good. The Immortals, both well over 100 kills. So unfortunately, though, it was not enough. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle. If you did, make sure to drop a like and a comment down below. And I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.